During one of my most recent grocery shopping trips, while standing in the billing queue, I overheard a man complain bitterly to someone that his family has not been able to deal with the most recent pandemic. He mentioned that after being laid off a job that paid him so well before the pandemic, he's going through a financial blow and is finding it difficult to make ends meet. The last thing I heard before he left was that he regretted not having enough money saved for tough times like this. Needless to say, this isn't the only story that has hit my ears in more recent times. I've come across a lot of people who are having difficulty coping with the financial blow that came with the current situation. Whether it's job loss, medical expenses, and unexpected expenses that has to do with your car or home, or even a pandemic, it is hard to deal with stress from unanticipated financial emergencies, especially when your financial situation is not in the pink. Financial well-being is the one thing we always keep striving for, more so because this world is full of uncertainties. Even if we have cushion of savings to finance our long-term goals, we may still not throw away the desire to secure more of our financial needs. It is human nature to account for all possible financial emergencies that can find its way into our lives. No matter how optimistic we are, we like to prepare for every possible financial blow that life might throw our way. No matter how big the financial blow is, your basic needs need to be paid for. That is food, electricity, water, and house rent. The unexpected challenges that comes with financial blow are hard to deal with, more so because it is out of your control to reverse them immediately. But there is still hope in knowing that you can brace yourself to deal with it to the best of your ability. So if you have recently been hit by a financial blow, here are 10 steps from me to help you deal with it. Number 1, evaluate the damage. I understand that it will be totally impractical of me to suggest that you should not stress over the situation. While going through a personal financial crisis, stress is one thing that you cannot fully avoid. But what you can certainly do is to take time out to assess the situation that you are in. Even if your mind is just too stressed to feel optimistic, remember that at one point, you need to sit down and think about what drove you into the current financial emergency. Did you suffer a job loss or a pay cut? Have you been spending too much on things that you don't actually need? Or did you suffer a medical emergency or even a financial loss in your business? There can be many reasons why you are stuck in this current situation, and for you to come out of it, you need to actually know what actually caused this to happen. It will help you to avoid similar situations from happening in the near future, besides helping you think about possible solutions. Number 2, minimize your expenses. The next obvious step to help you take control over your finances is to cut down on your monthly expenses. In the current financial situation, your spending habits need to be under control and your bills need to be as low as possible. If possible, cut the cable cord. Do away with that expensive cell phone plan. Stop eating out for a while, or even unsubscribe for any services that you actually don't need or even use. I will link some videos in the description column that can help you reduce your monthly expenses. So do well to go in there after this video and check them out. Number 3, set a budget. I can't stress enough on how it is important to always have a budget. It is something that can help you keep a check on your monthly expenses whilst helping you build up some savings. I follow the 50-30 rule of budgeting. That requires me to save up to 20% of my monthly income, spend the next 50% on my household needs, and the remaining 30% I can spend on any form of entertainment, traveling, or even eating out. Budget is one of the best tools to help manage your finances in the short term. It is exactly what you need to know if you are living below your means and all the expenses that you can do away with to help improve your finances. Number 4, bring in your own assets. In extreme financial crisis, your financial assets can always come to your rescue, which is why it is important to always have some. These financial assets will be your weapon for the fight against the financial blow and can help you pay for some of your necessities whilst you work to pick yourself up. Your assets can also serve as mortgage if you need to borrow some money. Recently, a quick assessment of my assets gave me an understanding of how prepared I am for an unexpected financial setback. I realized that I have a few stock market investments, an emergency fund, and some savings to cushion me against any unexpected event. I also happen to learn that I need to open more avenues to bring in extra income, which is something that I've started working on. Remember that your asset is the single most important resource that can help you mitigate against any losses, besides helping you pay for your bills. Point number 5, work out your debt repayment plan. A financial emergency can look more severe if you have an outstanding debt to repay in the near future, which is why it is important to work out a proper debt repayment plan. If you can negotiate the terms of payment, call your lenders now and convince them to make some allowances. Ask them to give you more time or maybe lower interest rates for your next 2 installments. Be sure to act on time before the situation starts getting out of hand. Point number 6, ask for a raise. While working on my day job, I came across a woman who was struggling with her finances and badly needed a way out. An experienced colleague of mine suggested to her to politely ask for a raise whilst quoting the good work that she has done in the last couple of months. To her surprise, her manager agreed without much insistence, which helped her overcome some of her problems. That incident made me realize that you need to know your worth in the organization that you are working for, and it is your right to ask for a raise if you think you deserve it. Secondly, you don't get it if you never ask, and if the answer is a no, at least you know. Number 7, find ways to earn some extra money. While going through a big financial setback, any money that comes in can be valuable enough to pay for your next meal. Put your hidden talent to use by freelancing or even engaging in a side hustle. Another alternative is to sell some of the unimportant possessions that you might have, or even take up extra work in your office that might give you the opportunity to earn extra income above your regular salary. Point number 8, ask for outside help. In extreme cases, you can simply ask for financial help from family members, close friends, or even close acquaintances. It sure ain't easy, and not everybody can do it, but sometimes asking for help might be your only option available. So don't be shy and make the move and ask somebody for help. And if you choose to do so, make sure you work towards repaying them back their money at the soonest. Point number 9, start building an emergency fund. Overcoming a financial crisis won't be of any use if it doesn't teach you the importance of being prepared in the future. Building an emergency fund should always be one of your financial goals in the short term. An emergency fund is what can feed you and your family in case of any big financial blow, and I can certainly tell you it is not hard to build one. In subsequent videos, I'll share tips on how to build an emergency fund, so stay tuned to pick up some tips and build one for yourself. I know it is easier said than done, and I might not be the best person to tell you how to cope with a bad financial situation, but I take this opportunity to tell you that it is not permanent. With the right mindset and a bit of carefulness, you can make the best out of the current situation. No financial blow can be huge enough to suck the hope out of you to find your way to the other side. If you got value out of this video, kindly hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already to join this family for us to learn together. And please hit the like button, as it does well for my videos, so YouTube can share it with other people to also learn from it. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section for me so we can share ideas on how you think is the best way to deal with any financial situation. Thank you, and catch you in the next video. In this video, I'll be talking about 7 worst money mistakes that you should avoid at all costs. These mistakes apply to you whether you are in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, or even